Talking Point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
Yes, family, I want to welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. Today, exclusively, we want to take with time to analyze the speech of Dr. Samura Kamara. You know, a lot of people and beyond the wait for this. This is not the first statement, official statement when it come up from Samura after the June 24 election. You know, it's a kind of compounded information. People in there, from one side, we say it's too little, it's too late. Other people are saying that the right approach you take, now assurance. But wherever the thing ever take place, we can do analysis. What we go do, we go take with time, they book the words, then they analyze them deeper for let we understand what's it mean. And definitely, we go and open the line for long as a chipping with my ideas. And of course, we will look into the comment section. If the first thing is for January, the program we listen to na Komon-Tok. Yeah, we did for talk things and way they pass all over social media. Thing way the traditional media largely keep no, or thing way they don't get time for, and they really pay attention to. So consider for subscribe and be part of the community. We get a very strong community now. And we just ask the community members on our share so that we will get more community members and for January. All right, as always, we don't waste time, but they can just now can continue this particular topic here deeper and deeper. They can just
one platform for news every day now we country alone for education, entertainment, political affairs. TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit.
All right, so family, you know, for any situation, you get the reaction and you get the initiative always. And what most people can do, people with strategy, they can focus on the initiative rather than being reactive. Yeah. Well, we don't know the strategy if it will work, because when you listen carefully, the message of Dr. Samura Kamara to the people of Samura, and not new. These are the same demands then when they put out immediately after they reject the election. But today, what they can say, officially, they don't endorse, officially, they don't pronounce, officially, they don't call the government of President Julius Maada Bio for saying that illegal government. And he accused Mohamed Konneh of carrying out electoral coup. He say, this is electoral coup, and that's the people of Salone and him as a party, they never will ever accept this particular result. But I think a lot of people are watching, but some people perhaps will not watch it. Along the line, we'll go for the pause and explain certain things that wait in deeply. Lord, bring and calm, let people and see, and let we get from you. What do you think? If you go far, you know,
this not a mean achievement. Bible they say 70. For them to reach that stage there. You forget manana also, you forget the love and protection of God. So on your behalf, on we all behalf, I want to send hearty congratulations to Ram and wish him the best way we wish for himself. May God bless him. I want to sing one song for love we let we reaffirm with faith that anything what they do in the world, now God. Once again, when I permit me, let's sing that one more time. I beg. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Wonderful things will happen to you if you have faith in God. Amen. Amen. This now they carry the APC. This now they carry we all. And this now they make sure say we redeem Salon. And we restore salvation to this beautiful country what we call Salon. Let God bless you all. The fellow Australians, I am addressing you today in anticipation of the agreed dialogue between the APC party and the current bill-led, illegitimate SLPP regime.
All right, so officially, Unadoye they don't clearly tell the people of Salon say, according to APC stance, they don't declare the government of President Julius Maada Bio for be illegitimate. However, he informs Sierra Leoneans say then they anticipate for get a dialogue with Commonwealth, with ECOWAS. But anyway, Lord will be for more on this.
I am addressing you today on the political stalemate following the rigged June 24, 2023 presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections. The subsequent stealing of our mandates, the mandate of the people, and after that, what has transpired.
All right. So if you listen to what's in Samura Camera they say now, why are they do this? Because for people that will perhaps not even understand some of them big English here. It say technically in win the election. It say then thief the mandates, then thief the winning, and waiting come out of it. So from the point of Samura Camera, he win the election, but then thief this mandate by right, now him for sitting on that chair there now, and now the position they make clear. So anyway, love follow up.
Thereafter, let me start by apologizing to you all for the distress, the suffering, and the pain which directly or indirectly we all have incurred and continue to endure as a result of an election fraud, or what we call an electoral coup.
All right, so Fambule, when I don't get now clearly, Dr. Samura Camara don't declare the election for be fraud and electoral coup. We all know what's in a coup, not so. Where certain people then go hijack the mandate, or they broke constitution, or they break a law for let them get power. So according to their own definition about what didn't take place June 24, now a fraud, and not just have what a coup, then done through electoral process. You know, back then we all know how much coup they don't take place in Salon. Of course, we're not strangers to coup, a country as a whole. Many cases there. But this one, then done through the electoral process. I make it say electoral coup. Anyway, I'll follow.
Of historic proportions, meaning that what happened to us on that fateful day is very much unprecedented. It never happened in this country.
All right, so I don't get that what take place June 24, according to the record, this is not the first time this would get this kind of what I can say pass mark, thing where you're unexplainable, thing where there nobody expects. This in itself not history.
This is the worst that has ever happened to democratic Sierra Leone. And let me, at the outset, state that I consider it a bounden duty to right this wrong. And I ask all well-meaning Sierra Leoneans and friends of Sierra Leone to join me in this divine quest with the strongest conviction and determination in order to save our democracy.
All right. Now, it's always in our opinion, so in one right to wrong, in other words, you want to correct all of the mistakes we don't do as a nation, i.e. ECSL. And they call on all Sierra Leoneans and friends of Sierra Leoneans and for let we join us for make a save democracy. Let us save the democracy. Anyway, don't follow.
And the future of our country. Both of these we have so assiduously nurtured over the years, and more particularly since the end of the 11-year civil conflict that befell and devastated our country. The deliberate actions of Mr. Mohamed Konneh and his cohorts of the Electoral Commission in the June 2023 elections stand as an unforgivable sin against the people of Sierra Leone.
All right. Now, it make it clear. He say, what did Mohamed Konneh do so? This is directly talk to the ECSL boss. Then go look at and say, this is what I can say, unforgivable sin. Now, sin what not they forgive, and not they forgive. You know, where they follow religion, they say sins and the way God they forgive, sins and the way God not they forgive. So this particular sin where Mohamed Konneh commit to, according to Dr. Samura Kamara, he said this now one of the sin there where we know they forgive. Salon people not go forgive. Now in the religious tell, then tell we say the sin where they sin directly to God, God can make a discretion, he can forgive you. But that sin where they sin man to man sin, man to God sin can be forgivable. Man to man sin, the man now need for forgive you. God know they put Andy. So then can sin and they pass the person forgive you. If the person not forgive you, the sin unforgivable. So for now, just understand. So the APC said what sin will take place on June 24. Now unforgivable sin. This now one of the sin there we don't know they forgive Mohamed Konneh. Lord we listen for that.
But having said that, being arrogantly unaware of the fundamental and disastrous implications to his carefully and cautiously designed electoral fraud, Mr. Konneh has shown no regret or remorse regarding what he has brought upon the people, what he has brought upon the loyal voters, what he has brought upon the country, and unknowingly to him, what he has also brought upon this illegitimate government.
All right. Now, according to their own observation, according to their own research, Mohamed Konneh, he do this thing clearly. A planner, a meaner, what I can say, person systematically, he work on step by step, out for one, deliberately, like they blight. Everybody they know say now this pattern they move. And apart from what he don't do so, Mohamed Konneh not even get to them can say, oh, person don't do something regrets. No regrets, he not get no remorse, he not feel nothing but that, he just feel say a number. But it don't bring come very difficult time for the people of Salon, and it don't become again this will be a burden for we as Sierra Leoneans because based on the fact that the country in this kind of stalemate. But anyway, Lord listen for that.
At the same time, he has always brought the same to our international partners who observe the election processes with a view to ensuring that the right things were done and that the results were transparent. The results were credible. They were fair, and that these results reflect the people's vote. Sometimes I sit back and ask this question: why did we, the people, go out to vote in our large numbers and with the strongest determination ever demonstrated in Sierra Leone? Why?
All right. Now, first, it's plenty thank you to the international community. We don't stand by the country and we don't help for lower we understand say certain things be go wrong, especially the concern we new put as well as the Carter Foundation and other observers. They say there is a problem of tabulation and other problems there. So it tell them plenty thank you them for standing in the right of direction, in the right point of the democracy. But however, a question is this, according to these are the first in the Sierra Leoneans vigorously people determined for come out and go vote and change and get a change and yearn for a change. But why? You ask a question. Lord, listen for that.
It has been a little over 3 months since the hasty announcement of the results of our June 2023 presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Mohamed Konneh. And it is so without making public any supporting polling station vote counts, despite repeated requests and demands for him to do so from the international and domestic election observer missions and the voters. It is therefore obvious by now that the results announced by Mr. Konneh on June 26 and June 27 did not represent the will and true choice of the people.
All right, now again, it don't drop another bombshell. It's a despite way, then as an opposition party, the some observers as well as some section of Sierra Leoneans where they call for Mohamed Konneh release the disaggregated data station by police stations, so let people understand exactly who that actually be winning this election. It will freeze for one, but they don't come to the what they can say conclusively. They don't don't believe, they don't conclude, they don't put everything, they don't end down with this statement. See, the election result when Mohamed Konneh be announced, it all reflects the true meaning of Sierra Leonean votes. Waiting people and grab, bing, 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 then go ask for, say, we want vote, one change, not only in this, a different. Waiting Mohamed Konneh announced and waiting people and vote for, now two different things. Now it's time for tell me. I'll go before.
In spite of the massive and intense intimidation, violence, and malpractices that marred elections, the people's choice was very clear. In order to arrest and then quickly recover from the painful experiences of the power regime. The elections were a choice of hope over fear, a choice for unity over divisiveness and broken promises. A choice for decent and accountable public institutions over heavily politicized institutions. And a choice for the political tolerance over continued authorization of political opponents.
Now, Samura, they say the reason why make people be determined for come out June 24 now simply because they get up over fear. Apart from the intimidation, apart from the harassment, apart from other things that will don't take place, the people then be feel say on June 24, then for able make a change wherein unity, tolerance. In other words, we see yourself like I forgive you, you forgive me. I see like one, I disagree with you, or you agree with me, you say disagree with me, but we find a common ground, which is like one person. These are some of the things already in the minds of Sierra Leoneans, and when they go June 24 for go vote. But it not seem to be the case at the point. But anyway, let's listen further on this.
We're voting, and we voted, hoping that the results that came out would have given us the opportunity to stop the several arrests, intimidation of our people, especially political opponents. Indeed, without any iota of doubt, the people of Sierra Leone voted, believing very strongly that I, Samura, Matthew, Winston Kamara, as their next president,
now he say the people that wouldn't be go June 24, then go with the choice, with one mind for go voter as president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Anyway, let's listen further on this.
I, Samura, Matthew, Winston Kamara, as our next president, will credibly work with them to address our abject poverty, to address a polarized and tribalized nation, and to address an unbearable rise in the cost of living. Today, the Leone, our currency, is on a free fall. Today, the cost of basic necessities, including fuel, food, transportation, healthcare, education, housing, and household electricity, all are rising exponentially, and they have done so since 2018. No stop. No policy to stop them. If I have a gun, I would have shot at them to stop.
Now, listen carefully. Is that the people then they feel say with June 24, Dr. Samura Kamara Foyebo can reverse some of the pain, some of the difficulties we don't go through. Housing issue. We all know what's in there happen. Rents don't go up. We know what's in there happen at the country. The cost of living don't go up. We know what's in there happen at the country. We even the local tariff, the electricity bill don't go up. The transportation, the fuel, and it's just too difficult. So in the up say, ain't gonna get the opportunity for reverse of this, but non-stop. Since 2018, this pattern don't continue. But he say if we get a gun, if we don't stop them, people here. Lord, listen for that.
However, when it became obvious that the violence, intimidation, and election malpractices used had not dampened the spirit of the voters, Mr. Konneh and his cohorts went ahead to announce his unverified results, thereby claiming victory and a re-election of President Julius Maada Bio. In doing so, he also announced unelected seats for the SLPP candidates in areas where, in our slightest estimation, the SLPP would never ever dream of winning seats except by rigging.
Now, let's listen carefully part of this statement where they talk, where this last part very sensitive. It say, Ecsl Mohamed Konneh not just announced presidential election, where in a fourth election according to Samura, but also he go ahead on elected seats and they were SLPP win, where in part of them country then they, part of them region then they. In other words, like the strong APC side, SLPP no will ever able win any one seat, only pass a rig. So Mohamed Konneh not only give the presidential power to SLPP, he also helped them for giving some seats there where they not qualify, where not possible make them win their seats then they. Anyway, let go different.
Why Mr. Konneh's announced election results lack credibility? What President Bio and his government are claiming is not victory. It is a coup against the will of the people.
All right, now again, it don't drop another a bombshell. It say now this thing where SLPP they celebrate and even the thing, the mandate to them say they carry it, make just no say this not a coup against the people of Sierra Leone. So there's nothing, according to Dr. Samura, there's nothing to celebrate here. All right, let's move go before.
As a country, we wholeheartedly respect this, reject this blatant electoral coup and usurpation of our common will.
Now, it make it clear, them don't put a position as a party for say waiting will take place June 24, then no acceptor, and this not a coup. I mean, this is not a long-awaited statement because a lot of sympathizers, supporters of APC, they want to officially waiting Dr. Samura Kamari say, well, this is not a press release again. This is not a press, they talk directly. These are the official position of the leader of the APC, the opposition party say, waiting will take place June 24, now a coup, now electoral coup, and that's them not accepting for, they're not accepting at all. No go for that.
We cannot accept an illegitimate takeover of government by force of arms or by fraudulent means. We cannot allow ourselves to be subjected to a premature end to our hard-earned democracy.
Now, what did it have for talk? He say in any kind of coup, then as a party, they accept them. One, whether you can through the barrel of a gun or you use them through electoral means, coup na coup, and that's unconstitutional, illegitimate, and then no go accept them in any way. No go before.
By a president and a regime that want to retain power despite an abysmal 5 years record of bad governance, record of unprovoked human rights a bad record of superintending an economy that is now on the brink of irreparable collapse.
All right, let me catch that last part. Irreparable collapse. In other words, it says there's no way absolutely SLPP for win this election for several reasons. One, this is not a record hardship. This is not a record of this is a record in the history of governance for we get the human rights violations there. Now a record of intimidation, a record of bad governance in general, just for put and so. And there is no way absolutely SLPP for able win this particular election. Anyway, I'll go before.
And above all, of massive electoral rigging just to retain power.
They said then do all of these things just for retain power, despite all the record not to say they don't do anything significant for the people of Salon. They still go ahead and rig the election, massive one, for let them just retain power, despite their record show otherwise.
The Frenchman, like you say, ce n'est pas ça. It is not so, it is not correct. What has happened to Sierra Leone since 2018, in particular, is not how democracy and politics should thrive in any civilized context. Before, during, and after the elections, our people have suffered politically, socially, and economically, losing their dignity, losing properties and relatives, being displaced and forced to live in constant fear or hiding from their neighbors. I need not rewind the clock to the trials and tribulations of the APC party and its unwavering supporters in particular. We and the APC have endured during these last years, 3 years of power regime, tremendous sacrifice. Our journey under the leadership of President Bio has been fraught with unprecedented challenges, each one testing our resolve and our commitment. Our resolve and commitment to restoring diplomatic development momentum, to restore social justice, and to restore once again our lost democracy.
Now, it talk about the things and where people they don't go right around. Many people, majority of Sierra Leoneans and they in constant fear, according to Dr. Samura Kamara, and also people in there where they don't displace internally. Of course, we'll be see some clips and some people and get a run from them, turn them because of political threat, political violence, intimidation, and also a lot of people in there don't lost property. We see not so them burn some hosts there na Po na Kailan. We see them videos and before the election they take place. And again, death, people and they were lost in life. All of this combined make them feel like now tested, resolve. But then as a political party, then get a response to this. Let me go before.
I feel your pain, and I remain terribly shocked at the length to which the power regime's desperation has been stretched just to retain.
Now, what's in it is even shock the manner in which the government or the SLPP or not just put on the power like we call it, when they don't go through very tough or they don't do everything everything just, it's like in surprise, it's shocking, just for retain power at like what I can say, power at all costs. Anyway, I'll go before.
As presidential candidate for the main opposition party, on whom the security, the future prospects, and the positive direction of Sierra Leone lie, I did not and could not accept the June 24 election result.
All right, this is your official now. Get this right down clearly, and I go talk for you now. I go interpret in the voice of Samura. Say the June 24 election, a no go ever, never accept her. It don't make it clear now today. So we don't get to this point, right? Clear. They don't ever accept the result. I'll go before.
Let me emphatically and fearlessly reiterate that the APC and its presidential, parliamentary, and local government candidates clearly won the June 2024 elections.
Now, he say, let me just make it clear, like what they say, let me repeat myself, let me just emphasize, let me just point this say, the councillor, the members of parliament, the chair people, the chairman, chairwoman, chairperson, then clearly win the June 24 election. Now we'll go before.
Let me emphatically and fearlessly reiterate that the APC and its presidential, parliamentary, and local government candidates clearly won the June 24, 2023 elections. We in the APC, we won this June 2023 elections just as we did in March 2028 elections.
All right, this it don't count another controversial issue there. Now, it say them as a party, they win the June 24 election, just like when they win the March 2018 election. So in this case now, in don't look at and say, don't win election to turn at the country and they don't take an iron to turn. Not good before.
2018, yeah? Good. So you see, win yesterday, win back today. God bless you. Why were the June 24, 2023 elections not about Samura Kamara and or the APC party per se? For me, the June 24 elections were not about Samura Kamara or the APC per se. The elections were about us defining a secure future for our beloved Sierra Leone.
All right, it say this particular June 24 election, not for Samura Kamara, not for APC. This now election we go give Sierra Leoneans we then can say a clear way. Tell we exactly how the country they grow, how the country for good, the future of the country. Now in this all election be there about. So it's not about not about a party, but about the country. Anyway, now where you go before.
The elections were about making a choice between democracy or a civilian junta rule.
All right, again, another sharp sharp point we drop here. You see, the June 24 election, it also means a time where it's about making a choice between democracy or a civilian junta rule, wherein, I mean, we all know what's in a junta, right? These are people that where they take power by force illegally. So the choice was between a democracy and between a civilian junta regime. Not go before.
The elections were meant to determine the type of democratic governance we want. A governance system in which the Constitution is respected and remains respected by all, regardless of your status, regardless of the region you come from, regardless of your tribe. We have only one national constitution, and we must respect that constitution to its letter. The elections were meant to raise new questions about how we hold ourselves accountable as leaders, and how, as leaders, we are willing to put behind us the issues that divide us and work collectively in the interest of our suffering masses.
Now, this particular election, again, it begat a lot of components there, according to the analysis we make. I mean, according to the statements, which was expand on the statements we make. It's about the future of the Peking Day. It's about we as a leaders, are for all them accountable. In other words, if we give you a contract, if we give you a political contract for rule, if you not perform, if we're able to get the opportunity again for say party, will be give you a contract, you and we will sign say you for do X, Y, Z. You promise, in fact, now you promise you will do X, Y, Z, you not do this, and we say get the opportunity now for fire you again, bring another person. So people then for be able to get the opportunity for hire and then sack anybody they want, and thereby holding them accountable this June election. But anyway, now we'll go before.
The June 24, 2023 elections were meant to usher in a new, tolerant, caring, and listening dispensation. A dispensation in which we can chart together a new course for a stronger, independent, and impartial justice system, as well as a honorable election management system.
All right. He said this June 24 election, what will it be all there about? Now, for count a new government, a new dispensation, a new government, a government who will go work in the interest of the country, and we are in justice go there for everybody, not for certain set of people. And as far as they're concerned, this not seems to be the case. But anyway, let them move before.
And how we can mitigate police brutality while putting back our public institutions on civilian check. Overall, we went into an election on June 2023 with a strong desire to change the course of the present economic hardship while restoring public trust and confidence, without which there can be no meaningful and sustainable economic turnaround. Many of you who know Samura Kamara very well should know that violence, false promises, despotism, sweet talking, or camouflaged personalities are not in his nature. This Samura Kamara is a different breed. I want every well-meaning Sierra Leonean to know that what we have witnessed in recent times is what tyranny and usurpation look like. Yeah. The rigging of the June 24 elections was just a small part of this government in its determination to derail our post-conflict reconstruction effort.
Now, you see, the efforts of Madabio and the SLPP for rig the election, not just one component. It then gets a lot of things they want to do. One of the things they want to do, they want reduce, they want abog with efforts for so we don't go into war. We do post-war reconciliation, rebranding of the country. But according to the election now one part number for Riga, and then get more plan for make sure say they reverse all the developmental goals where we get as a nation. This is a very strong language here. That will go before.
After the war, we needed to move forward. By the behavioral pattern, they have also embarked on several other actions to reverse our hard-earned, hard-won democratic achievements.
So, according to another allegation where they come up from Samura Kamara, not only the SLPP get planned for the rig the election and reverse the post-conflict reconciliation, the post-conflict developments they wouldn't do, also for how it's other issues that we will bring big problem for we as a country. But anyway, I'll go before.
Reconstruction effort. After the war, we needed to move forward. By the behavioral pattern, they have also embarked on several other actions to reverse our hard-earned, hard-won democratic achievements, to destroy the unity, the peace, and the stability we have built and enjoyed over the years, and to install a totalitarian system built on fear, intimidation, and ethno-jingoism.
Now, look at the components there. Look at the things that we put way to line there. First, it talks say SLPP they want to take all the democratic gains there. 5-6 years ago, around the world, people they say the example where they quote now West Africa, where we can bluff with after Ghana, they can compare Sierra Leone. But again, according to the SLPP government want derail, want wipe this one, and not only taps it with unity as a country. Also, they want to take off, and again, the stability of the states. They also want shaking because of the issues that we just made. Also, they look at a country we don't get democracy now. A one man the rule and based on ethnic centric in the sense this now like one tribe, or then they rule based on a tribal or based on a cabal or based on certain people who identify themselves as belonging to one group. So this now a list of things and where SLPP get planned for do. One, the election for rig the election, not just one that couldn't is the tip of the iceberg. So all of the other things they make sure say they go one after the for reversal and even getting the peace of the country. Anyway, how we go before.
Elections are not a do or die race for the transparent and accountable politician.
Now, this word, they know a lot of people, and no one let Samura the talk and say election not to do or die. But they say if a leader, a transparent leader, enough of this say I mean, if you are not win, I will kill. But anyway, not listen for before. Not listen.
Elections are only a do or die affair for those who fear competition and those who have something to hide.
Now, or do or die, election, the only one more they put us in a do or die. There are people that will be saying they fear, then they afraid to compete, and we then get something, we get secrets for hide. In other words, then get some kuku business around when no one make, no one can clean. These are the kind of people that would say election and do or die, either win or some people then go wait for we.
Elections are a do or die desperation for those who think more for themselves and about themselves than for the people that elect them. Elections are not a do or die affair. Those who postulate do or die as a mantra in political competition have very little to offer. They see violence as the only route to power. Elections are about mutual respect for one another. They are about putting first what is in the best interest of the people. What our nation needs now, more than ever before, is a servant president. A God-fearing president whose honesty, words, and actions mean a lot to the people and are therefore synchronized, mutually reinforcing that the current regime has no respect for the wishes of the people.
Now, again, you don't count another point. It's at this material time, as Sierra Leonean, what in Salon people they need. Now, what I can say, a servant leader. In other words, so it's supposed to be in the reality, theoretically. Now, we go to school and so then we say, now so a leader for day. A leader, na servant. The leader, now we they give them power, now we they work for. We are the boss. We supposed to be the boss, then supposed to be voting the workers. We now for dictates. But it's this particular regime, they respect the wishes of the people there. And Salon need voting a God-fearing person, a servant leader. Lord go before.
Australia, and is bent on installing an ethnocentric and a one-party rule. It is my considered view that all well-meaning Sierra Leoneans should deny them the opportunity to validate their illegitimacy.
All right. Now, again, it make a direct appeal to the people of Salon by saying that for denying the government the authority, the legitimacy, because according to her, this illegitimate government and only illegitimate a government on like a tribal or a cabal or a group of certain people no more, where based on the definition of where you look at a servant leader, enough for Biso, if you rule a country, you therefore look at everybody, not for certain people there. So it's a Sierra Leonean for denying her, but how? You know, even now go before, but perhaps you go show some people like how to denying the legitimacy of Madabio. Now we go before.
By not participating in any political processes.
All right. It's a one way for denying Madabio, because according to I clearly say now one state, by not let that, in other words, then we don't make it clear before say at all level of governance, APC, they participates. No before.
I therefore wish to reiterate unequivocally that Mr. Konneh's actions were tantamount to a coup d'etat by other means.
So he said, let make we possibly say reiterate, let we repeat, let emphasize, let make a point here again. Let bring the point again. The election, the action of Mohamed Konneh, na in look at and say he add up to what he called na a coup against the states. Or before.
I also therefore reaffirm the position of the All People's Congress as stated in our party's press release of 30th of June 2023. Yes, sir. And in that respect, I want all of us, both present and absent, as strong APCMs and as strong Sierra Leoneans seeking for the salvation of Sierra Leone, commend and appreciate the boldness, the sacrifice, and the pride of our non-participating parliamentarians.
Now, he just wants to help plenty thank you to the members of parliament, the councillors, the chairperson there, where be stick to their own press release, where they be pulled for say all elected members of parliament and all those other people there, they're not for participate at all level of governance, including the mayors. So you want to tell them for them steadfastness, in other words, for them team up with the party. Don't go before.
Our mayors, our chairman, and our elected councillors. We pray very fervently that you continue to be patient and remain as resolute as ever before in this your patriotic act.
Now, it appeal again directly. All the members of parliament, the councillors, the mayors, then continue for not for go to parliament, because remember, then there's there without Mohamed Bangura. Mohamed Bangura, and at this program, it will be say on the 12th. He asked me, careful, I know say a lot of people want to watch that program. He said, Marka, on the 12th. He said, Marka, on the 12th, all members of parliament elect of APC that they go take out of office. They say, call me back on this show, we can't talk about that. So again, now we see the strength, not that we don't get strength passing company, all right? Mohamed Bangura don't come publicly, don't can say this, and we don't can hear Samura they beg the parliamentarians elect, the mayors there, and all the other people there, make them continue for Sidon, make them not take part. That will be the full. The 12 not far.
The party will ensure that at the very commencement of the dialogue, we shall, and I repeat, at the very commencement of the dialogue, the party will ensure that we agree that you, parliamentarians, you, our mayors, you, our councillors, are fully, you don't lose any of your entitlements, and that these entitlements will be given to you retroactively.
All right, now let we hold that part still. This one is very interesting. Now, he said, then we'll go into negotiation. As you know, on the very month, the international mediators, the arbiters, and the they come, first thing first, we go in at the agenda, then for make sure say all the benefits, including payments, allowances, all of them benefits are where the mayors and the councillors and the parliamentarians and supposed forget, then forgive them back, then forgive them first. These are the first conditions where they say them put on the list. So the people who they sit down, and not they just sit down, and they sit down with the hope say when there is a peace deal, all of their suffering, all of the money or the dollars, they need to pay all that money first before everything go before. Now we go before.
This, as a core demand in our party's position paper for the dialogue, your position will be a number one item on the dialogue agenda. Therefore, you have nothing to fear. May the grace of the Almighty continue to rest upon you. We must also be proud of our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, whose energy and strength continue to hold us together in seeing through our noble ambition, which is to see that the political wrong against the people of Sierra Leone is promptly corrected. They have thrown the light on the regime's atrocious malpractices in their massive demonstrations and petitions overseas. We thank them and we bless them. Today, and going into the future, our individual and collective resilience, resistance, and vigilance should make it difficult for rogue politicians to steal a public election.
All right, now it talks something where a lot of people they call they put these statements. See, people just want to put what they can say, the lay example, a precedent, so that will ever repeat again. Then say that moving forward, for let no rogue politician, bad politician, for let it come, you can thief election. This side they talk. Moving forward. Anyway, let's listen for that.
And expect to get away with such conduct without facing the wrath of the people who voted for them.
Now, what's in it for moving forward? There was such example in this country, there nobody not again, no politician in future what will just come. You can't take the election, don't get away with it without you having to face the challenge, for face the angry mob or the comments or the voice of the people, the wrath, what they can say, the warmth, the pain, the suffering. In any way we want to put on, we go for dump you go and try for do this in future. So moving forward, they want to set this example, they not ever happen at the country again. But anyway, now we go before.
I want to call on the international community and all Sierra Leoneans to continue to do their own part in ensuring that our democracy is restored through building integrity in our elections management bodies, in particular, the Electoral Commission and the security apparatus. Why we must encourage and participate in the political dialogue? Why should we participate in the dialogue?
And again, it continue to tell the development partners plenty thank you within the support. Again, a lot of questions they come out. If I don't put all of them demands here, when I don't say the government's no illegitimate, not legitimate. In other words, na coupists there, and this na civilian junta government. Why would not go say una they negotiate, one for they part of the dialogue. Listen, wait again for a second.
Let me today further inform everybody that this dialogue, which is evolving with international mediation and with firm approval by our party leadership, was the key product of my short interaction with President Bill, and which was considered by both of us as the most peaceful recourse to resolve the existing political impasse, while bringing back sanity and confidence and respect to all our people.
Now, the reason why APC they partake, according to them, for make sure say EM President Bill then will ultimately get to a point, find a common ground where they all go agree say, all right, this we not put the country before. Not focus on things that where they move, where they will, or where they turn the wheel of democracy. Not look at the suffering of the people, and at least they'll push the country good before. Generally, that's not the hope of APC going into a dialogue with President Bill. Not go before.
Let me therefore, on the eve of the forthcoming inter-party dialogue, essentially between the APC and the illegitimate power regime, humbly assure all of you that I, Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, as your leader, I have not, I will never ever betray your trust and confidence.
All right, so this video all over social media. People in the look at and say, because again, based on the statement to them pool, it clearly say Madabio and Samura then be meet secretly. Samura and Madabio then be meet secretly. But however, it don't make it clear and say, it don't go ever betray the people of Salon, the trust in party, or all the people that will believe her, because people in the point say this not a betrayal. It be all over social media, not so even when I have to open the line, that's some people in the say. So anyway, now go before.
Let me humbly assure you all that I, Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, I have not and will never ever betray your trust and confidence. You are always on my mind. You are always in my prayers.
Sean Paul, always on my mind. Always on my mind. You remember that thing there? So someone has done in my mind. When I did in mind, always. Also the night prayers. Anyway, no good people.
And you are always in my noble plans to build back a stable, peaceful, united, and prosperous Sierra Leone. The dialogue we're entering into is meant to give peace and diplomacy a chance in solving an impasse that can only heighten the existing political tensions, if not resolved, leading very likely to continuing lethal violence and political intimidation.
Now, he said the reason why make them they go into this dialogue, for make them give peace a chance, because if APC don't enter into a dialogue with the SLPP government, what does this mean? It means fear will continue, intimidation, political harassment, and many, many things. So that make them look at and say, all right, we want to give peace a chance, or we enter into the negotiation, into the dialogue, that we hear what we end up say. Oh, before.
The dialogue puts the integrity and dishonesty of Mr. Konneh and the Ecsl at the center. The two are one, and you must realize that their actions has put the country at the highest risk of developmental vulnerability and political instability. This has
now, it say the dialogue, now two main issues and I go look at Mohamed Konneh, that now one, and the Ecsl. But you look at and say these two entities now one. Mohamed Konneh, Ecsl now one. Then they go look at it because the particular what take place gets already the effects for take we go bien as a country developmentally, we will go bien, and also it creates political instability. This is not the reason we make when they go into the dialogue, they go look into their issues here. Better one.
Resulted in a funding squeeze, both in terms of aid, in terms of private finance, and even in terms of domestic businesses. And has tarnished the country's image and our international reputation, adding to the stigma already befallen in Sierra Leone.
Now, he said the respect will be get internationally, where other countries will be copy. You know, the time they come at the sub-region when apart from the sub-regions and some places in Africa, then they send people in a salon for to understudy yes, it be happen. And they send people in other countries for to understudy the neck. You know, so the neck could be get before they change it to Ecsl. What you wanna do get it right? Because you know, say we don't get this kind a lot of pattern. We are in we see an opposition, the win. APC win an incumbent. He win during the Tijankaba in 2007, and we also see back an incumbent when APC they lost to SLPP. So this was the kind of thing where people they admire, say, "Wow, seems as if these guys the democracy don't they matured." That when they're going to election, at least ultimately they pull, then they come out with a winner where we not get much different. Arguments not in there much because especially from the international observers, but this time around things are different. You understand? So now they say, with all loss we respect, we moral ground so we get. So then the point to say salon. Not before, not with the end that small. They kind.
Most importantly, the dialogue is expected us to help and to enable us to unravel the truth in a peaceful manner before Sierra Leoneans and the rest of the world. It's time to say the truth, speak the truth, and do the truth. Indeed, the dialogue offers a unique opportunity for all Sierra Leoneans to right the wrongs of the just concluded June 24 elections and restore our democracy, which has been ruined because of the quest for power and control by this political regime. I want to assure all of you that as we prepare ourselves for the dialogue, the party, the APC party leadership has been and remains very coherent and firmly determined to advance the interests of the people.
So he said when they go into this dialogue, he just want to assure all the people that are the country for say, then go put the interest of the people. Well, again, we hope. I like this part. I like this part. Then go put the interest of the people there. I like that line there. I hope when these two parties then will meet, the government and the SLP, the government and the APC, then really, really, really put the interest of the people. That would be good. That would be fantastic. If indeed APC they go into the negotiation for put the interest of the people, the government they go into the negotiation for put the interest of the people, guess what? Who that win? We all know who that win. Not just the people and they win. That would be before.
The APC leadership is very determined to take it to its logical end. Who serve you all? Who serve you all? That's the message. Our regular interaction with you, as well as with the international community, in our quiet moments, have further strengthened the party's resolve to build a sustainable, peaceful, united, democratic, and resourceful country. As you are all watching our back, be rest assured that we are also watching your back. Such is what Sierra Leone needs, and it is what the APC party leadership will continue to advocate and fight for now, tomorrow, and even after. In conclusion, on behalf of myself and the leadership of the party, let me commend and thank the grassroots countrywide for your unwavering support, for your resilience, for enduring painful arrests, and for the trust you have placed in me, your son. You are my strength. You have kept me going. I am not, and I will never, ever betray your trust.
Well, without repeat this statement for the second time, inside the same statement say, you no go ever betray the people in party or in sympathizers or in believers. They are no believer.
I would also like to recognize and thank my running mates, our party chair, Reverend Chairman, his deputy, Alhaji, the National Secretary General, Mr. Lansana Bumba Escort, all other executive officers at all levels of the party, and everybody else here and there, for staying focused and for providing to remain steadfast in our noble cause. We are fighting a good fight till the end. I want to express my profound gratitude also to the international and local elections observer missions and monitors that worked hard to ensure that the results produced by Ecsl reflected the votes cast by Sierra Leoneans. I am proud of the work that they did, and I am grateful for the support provided to the electoral process in order to secure credible elections. I sincerely do affirm my strong disappointment, as well as your own disappointment following Mr. Konneh's results announcement. Let me, at this material time, also encourage all of you to express our individual and collective condolences, deepest condolences to all Epicians and non-Epicians as innocent citizens who have lost their lives in this noble journey. May their souls and the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. And may light perpetual shine upon their gentle soul. May the God Lord, the Almighty good Lord, may He intervene and cause us as true Sierra Leoneans to see, speak the truth, and do the right thing. May He give us the grace to be patient, to understand one another, and support one another. No one man can do this. No one woman can do this. I'm enlightened by the unity within the APC. No other party has this unity and resourcefulness except the All People's Congress Party of Sierra Leone. Accordingly, finally, Mr. Konneh, I'm talking to him now.
All right, now listen this last message. This last one, directly they go to Konneh, Mohamed Konneh. Listen carefully.
Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, with whosoever you are, in whatever situation you are, the people of Sierra Leone, the voters, demand that you produce their polling station vote count sooner rather than later. Vote counts which will be subjected to an independent forensic audit. This action by Mr. Konneh will then help us to determine the next course of action by the party and by the people of Sierra Leone. Away! Away! God bless the APC. And the peace, unity, democracy prevail in this land that we love.
All right, so that was the end part of the speech. But let me bring a little bit of analysis on the part. You see, then they talk to Mohamed Konneh directly. If I pull the disaggregated data, sooner fine for rather than later. In other words, no matter how it say, it just get for puller. Now, even when it puller, it say they still need waiting independent auditors and will get for can check waiting and get as a party where you know so they get an RRF from, and also waiting the independent observer then gets, plus waiting the ECS will produce then check and know who that win the election, and from there they take up from that party. But anyway, that's the I don't know how this get for play. The game just the what they can say extra large, it become more tense. But you know, we can open the line, we go open the line, let me tell me how you feel about this speech. People then say this particular speech, you don't get any timeline, you don't get any kind like ultimatum. There is no ultimatum. If I not do this, at least what they do. Within one, I mean, I think there's still a work with the 6 months, so they may not give as ECS report. So this statement, like other people that look at it, different versions, some say a fake statement, you don't make much, you don't get that kind of emphasis, you don't get that kind of strength where people look into. Other people and say, well, not so legal for talk, if a bit dynamic. But anyway, depend on your idea. We go open the line, definitely give you opportunity for you to tell me what you think about this speech where everybody be on the wait for, everybody be on the talk about. People and say they why every Samura. People and say they want to know what's happening after the election, June 24. Why not address people? Why not talk to people? Today, you don't get the opportunity for listening. But what do you make up of this? With all the statements that we don't put. Now, put on the line. We'll put the line up. Let me hear from now. What do you make up of the speech? And if you fix the speech, go all water, or it make any difference? Because the last one, he addressed, say, the people of Sierra Leone ask you, not in party. So people that said this a lack kind of strength. I mean, where people are supposed, if we're supposed to come up from a command. Again, Lord just left and the first Lord waiting. Una can say. While should they wait for the call? Oh. All right. The line open immediately because I know see we want to give more time for call. We want to give more time. The line open. Now we take on a text then. Now we see what's in the text and we say. Whilst you wait for the callers then. This one they come up from Sylvia Palmer. Where they say he will not have given the speech if Adebayo has not spoken about his weakness. All right, family, don't forget for share, don't forget for subscribe. For the one that want to subscribe, it please with the Axona. We're looking for at the end of the year at least now with 50,000. Right now we did 21,000, which is a good thing. We really turn out plenty. Thank you the people that we constantly they help we for share because sharing and they go wide and fine wide. Okay, out new people then. Anyway, loud the add my voice then at the program. Yes, call outside they call from. Call outside they call from. Whose side they call from? All right, Lord take another call. Yes, call outside they call from. Yeah, whose side they call from? All right, so you get to the platform. Go ahead. What do you think about this speech?
Yes, I just one thing we follow is Samura is a very diplomatic man. Very, very much. He's a non-violent person. One thing we follow is he does not shout, not to pass away the brain, but he's a firm person. I tell you, to this day, to this night, Madam don't do everything humanly possible for bringing them on board. When I say everything, I mean everything. They are very good at paying bribes. That man don't face help. Samura don't see help. He has been betrayed. And you come out for can. because that way we scatter the party. And not ever see political. We get freedom, we get democracy, which APC. Then at the end, you get this faction, you get that faction. When power came to take over SLPP, they're not really care about democracy, then just kind of take over. But someone cannot decide for keep quiet because if one for let the party continue in this cohesion and union within the, but I tell you, it has not been easy for him. It's really not easy for that man. You they see say they choose in one step because they know how offending people, they know how offending for all, they know how offending executive. But that man don't see shaking as like your man in case he don't see pain. That man has seen betrayal firsthand. People they deal at that executive with the player on the hand game. When you go to these APC groups, you see the way how they people in that group, they in this party where they consider themselves as APC people, we hate the man with passion. And there is something I want to say. Hello?
Yeah, you did like, go ahead.
I want to make something clear. If the APC grassroots, APC supporters, the people of Sierra Leone, holistically, they not come together for ensuring this 2023, they not left a lay slide. If they left this slide, I want to tell you, you could say that citizen will call. There will be no election in 2028.
What do you mean? What do you mean there will be no election? What do you mean there will be no election 2028?
I mean the least we might have you go for the 7 years. That is the least they go for. The least we might have go for the 7 years. For don't depend the nonsense that parliament right now for change the constitution because of this impasse. But I tell you, if we don't come together as Sierra Leoneans, not just the PCN, for ensuring we uphold democracy as a nation, I tell you, that's small thing in the council. The one day when they say, let me be here, let me prepare for 2028, there will be no elections in 2028. If we allow this slide, so man, I don't want for security, I want to say now.
All right. Okay. Law we control we languages and please. We know law all right. Yes, call outside the call from.
I call from Freetown.
All right, you get 2 minutes plus. Go ahead. Just a minute, please. We know say people are emotional. Please, Lord, we just control the language. That language I supposed to use is very, very strong. But please, would I ask that let that not be again, please. Even though we give chance to everybody, but we get good guidelines. Even YouTubers are with they say they give you guidelines, what you foresee, what you not foresee. So every place, not the world, there must be guidelines. Then Thomas Bruce Morsi, they say man is born free, but wherever he goes, is in chains. Meaning every time we friend said there must be some laws and regulation. Caller, you get 2 minutes plus. Go ahead.
Yes, the only thing I pick up, it will seem like there's nothing new, but the fact that the party just wants made an MP then kind of back now parliament. If they say now the first thing that's where they go put on the table for pay them their back payments. So is it all about the money or it's about the country? If you say they join politics, by rights, it will be for work for the people. So these are just one of the consequences of politics. Me not really see anything where you go say the first thing where you go say is not for me to do away one or new election. Maybe
I get your point. I get your point. Yeah.
The first thing when you say go in at the table now for pay MP then. The MP then they join politics because they know say that the only way the easiest way that's for make money.
Yeah.
You already know see I get problem with them.
Yeah.
They get the numbers in the parliament right now. No need APC for kind of power for me to go call ECSL for me to account for all what's that. So the last time you didn't get you MP them because you know we're back out the honorable. There's nothing honorable about we MP them. I ask a question. Why would I not go call Mohamed Konneh parliament right now? Make I explain what's go wrong. Or what everybody they complain about. Parliament are the only organization right now, the institution right now, we get a power day. Madam, you not get a power day. But the MP then keep forget, they then get power past the president.
Yeah.
They get the power for impeachment.
Yeah.
But it seems like the president get power over it. It just so decide. Like why they see MP that they talk, they quote the constitution. You get to realize that the only time MP politician quote constitution now it benefits them. They don't only look the clause with the benefits that action with they take or they want to take. Then there are a lot of things there in the constitution way for benefits the civilian. But they're not going to say anything about that. They talk about all kind of tariffs and taxes right now. Parliament will come and rescue the people, say, no, Mr. President or Mr. Minister will not allow this. Anything what the minister wants or the president wants, and they go to this country. So me, I don't see. The only way we're able to change this is for we, the citizens, they'll go out and protest. But the politicians don't brainwash we. You want to know they tell me about protest, they begin and they come. Okay, when I say we step for the action politician, you begin to go, they take care for go school, you begin to work out for go school. You know, you begin where they sit now, country, they go lay them. So now that's thing that they will say for the ask them, but would also brainwash in this country that will anything where they say will repeat them among we say. Now that's not what we get for say. May God help this country.
All right, okay. All right, okay. This one they come up from Low, they manage to put the text there, right? So they take some course there. This one they come up from Jamila Bangura, where they say Sierra Leonean need action and he has to stick by his words, Mr. Komon-Tok. This one they come up from Juliet Williams, where they say it's a pity that the international body has to understand Dr. Samura's speech, but it's also very difficult to listen to him in English. He is counting the words as if he's a school beginner. Right, that we did before. This one they come from Binti, where they say he speaks like a leader. He speak like a leader. He speak like a president. And all right, this one they come from Annie Nathan, where they say, Lord, we pray that whoever that eats our work for evil. All right, now we had another voice on the program. Yes, call outside they call from. Who side they call from? Yes, so who side they call from? How they do fine. Who side they call from?
I call from Obasadri.
All right, you get 2 minutes plus.
Me today, I feel a little bit relieved because now we don't say, Samura don't give me the assurance saying you're not going to ever sell out. You're not going to ever let people down. But that being said, now if you look at who that they send this message to, this Johnson leader will call himself president. We in the Samura Kamara openly talk and say today that it's an illegitimate government, which everybody knows. But if they go listen, if they give or listen to anyone, if this man gets audacity for go to the United States and just talk fluently, whatever way you want to talk, commodity, come. And then I remember I listened to them at one time when they talk, say, APC have looked for the international, what is the camp for going to restore a democracy, for going to tell them what people do. This person where the job was, so it's not full of himself. It is with, where did you say, it is with a way of grabbing, say, I don't know, ever left them. If the man get a man for what called lobbyist, instead of the things that cannot cost no money, release the data. Now we go around, we do everything. When they blame Konneh, but not say this stuff, that some people like how Dr. Samura not talk and say that when they do deliberately. The results are something what they made up. It's not about the voting, nothing. This is something they don't made up for. Years back, they don't say that this is not a report. So I wonder what this effort be to all of us, that Minister Rajoni the way one constitute that country go the right way, and we will suffer, let's suffer less with this family, you know? And that's come again.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yeah, this time Abdul call from United States.
All right, Abdul, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not totally moved by his speech, but I'm glad he wants to not give you an ultimatum. Because your ultimatum can always lead to bukat. You know,
Go ahead.
when you look at the way we see on this, the thing where it takes for making them able to get a positive outcome out of this negotiation, that's sincerity and honesty.
Yes.
And at that day, and also, Ecsl people no will go into this with sincerity. They go on back Konneh. Konneh no will ever be honest. APC maybe they will be partially honest. And because obviously on the part, if they want to make these things so genuinely, all parties will involved get for be honest with themselves. And try to make sure say they alleviate the suffering with the people in the back. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the good job.
All right. Now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from. Who's that you call from? Okay.
I call from the US.
All right. You get 2 minutes.
All right. Thank you. So I listened to the press conference where the Samura gave today, earlier today. And since the election happened, I don't remember I gave a speech like this before. And this is my own personal opinion. I think the reason why I gave this speech today is to make them outline the position of the APC. Because since they only plan to go behind closed doors for able for settle this amicably between SLPP and APC, I think it's just one for make sure everybody know where the APC stands. And I make a call Mohamed Konneh for release those results. And of course, the international community already called Mohamed Konneh for release those results.
Oh, you get 30 seconds more.
Okay, so I feel this is a way for just make their own points there, so everybody can know where they stand. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Now we had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Komon-Tok, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Who's the call from?
Yeah, I call from the United States.
All right, you get 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So I could not listen to this speech. To me, I know again it's new. That's one. But secondly, I know very much about a way forward.
Okay.
If they don't team up, like the downside team up, so the guy said today, they don't ever accept this result. And most of we not Salomon understand the matter bio by himself, he just capture left power. So that's how they go.
Yeah.
So we still lose how we begin today. We begin as matter being not ready for less. Someone come out, we don't know time in day, but today don't come. Well, even though we don't say I'm out loud, but quietly we don't say you don't accept the result. But now you don't can say I'm plain and simple say this is what they ever accept them. So which not the way forward.
Yeah.
You understand? So we get back to how we begin. So
we'll go square one back. We'll go square one back.
Yes. So and over the weekend, I will win again like you call where most of the people there they disagree with this thing of
Yeah.
They disagree with that. So what's not the way forward? You mean for the next 7 years or 5 years like this no more debate? I don't know. I really concerned about how it's going to happen.
Well, you see, yeah. Thank you. You know what? Another voice. Yeah.
I'm brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you see, when we cover that program there, it just don't show the relevance of that program there. Perhaps this Sunday we might go back the same, waiting at the way forward, because it seems as if we don't go back to square one, just like when the scholar talk. Yeah. Yes, caller outside the call from.
Yeah, they call from.
All right. You get 2 minutes plus.
Okay. Now
always say, who's how they go? According to Samura's speech, I will answer who's how they go.
All right.
The way we solve this problem, to be on side, they can't talk and before say, for do power sharing. If the power sharing not work, the nation they will make them solve the problem. But people are just children at their own.
Yeah, now for all you sets, it seems as if we get feedback from you.
Let people just sit on our house every week, then sit down for 2 days. No shop, no open. Then do that for 1 month. Before December, we will get it done. But if we say, Madam, you will left the power, it will want Samura, according to that speech we give, and don't see no way who will take the power in our hand. The only option that the people are going to take the power, and not the APC anymore. Not the APC, and the people are going to sit on the house. If the business not go through, the government will make money. And let not feel safe, they're going to parliament, America will give that money, they don't give that money, they fuck up. They don't give nothing as happened.
Yeah.
Because why would Democrats in that country today? But the people in the professional, no more for APC. Not to perfect, not street, not to nothing. Let us sit on our house no more. Every week they sit down for 2 days. Inside 1 month, they sit down for 8 days inside the month. And we'll see the whole country knows how we go. And that idea didn't make it today.
All right,
okay.
okay.
You want to know how we go forward, and the population therefore will get the way forward. Not to APC anymore.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. So Sunday, hopefully we'll count this program again. People they don't begin count their suggestions. Another person back then they suggest say power sharing. We'll count some stakeholders in Sunday. People then can disagree. Well, this is not the beauty of democracy. Why so that people in support? Another person they say now people need for take the entire fight now they will arm. This is not about Samura because his statements are not strong according to just like what I begin talk. A lot of people are not see a powerful statement. No, will not see any kind like what's not the way forward. Like one call that what's not the way forward. Now, yes, you don't say not good with it, sorry, but what's not the way forward? What's not the alternative? Now, impasse, just like this. What's not the way forward? What's not the way forward? And they address Konneh, in other words, like the people. Why they say mini Samura they ask you, you get the authority, you don't make us say the party. I mean, you will get all evidence for sure say they robbed the election, they rigged the election. So why they directly talk to her instead? They use the people. The people are asking for let you. I mean, you get the point where some people and they argue where I talk with, they tell you say the statement for be more tougher. Talk to Konneh directly and to their business. Tell and say if you don't do this, I mean, but even the ultimatum itself, can make much difference. But again, this now a very, very, very tough time for senior leaders. A very tough time because we don't get the solution yet. You see, Samura, first condition for pay the parliamentarian, just like what Uncle just called. The first condition now for pay parliamentarians, councillors, mayor, and the first condition. So technically, if you look at the speech, it's not about Sierra Leoneans and not the top on the agenda. I mean, no one get to say full. All right. Now, I tell people the other day, sometimes why we can just always waiting we don't learn over the years. I know if always good for them argue for prove a point. I know they argue for them win you over. I know they argue for win an argument. No. I want to converse. Let we learn. Let we educate yourself. At the end of the day, make us say yes. The point where you make it make more sense rather than I coerce you or you coerce me for that value point. That's what I look at. I come when I toss, I think I get a big platform because today nobody know that salon Sagia, nobody know that the country probably where the social media listener. If you know the listener all the time, say about the time you guys will listen. I come with certain analysis about certain key figures, the Samura, the EBK. That was a program where work out. People there. And saying SLPP is that. Well, they don't the truth is, we get for just sometimes comfort. People do like people. Salon person, if you don't salon man, if you don't like somebody, believe me, we get out what I can say unconditional love, blind love. When we don't like somebody, bad God, we don't want to see nothing but that person dey bad. I like it they do bad before we know they still see. And if somebody try to count that bad day or try to point some of the defect of that person, day, my God, now we the cards in defense. I mean, don't tell salon people, be the responsibility of salon today. Over the years, in order to the hands for save this country democracy, in order to the hands of the opposition. The opposition are a weak opposition. This is not just a plain fact. This is not just a plain fact. And unless the people realize the true strength, the real people that will get power, the real people that will get power in any country, not the ordinary person, not me and you too. Today, the people there is, but I see the politics that can play. When people that want to go fight, generally, they want to take a course of action, then they brand you know, APC, for that psychological deprive you or reduce your morale. But if somebody they go fight for say, okay, if they say you're not APC, if you know it's not APC, what's the point? But this side they only use over the time. Yeah, you see, you can't talk about that. So you're not APC, you know, just for this, for them, they just distract you. But let me just move personally. Whatever people are facing are the right thing for move the country go before, let we not just rely entirely on politicians because their first interest in themselves. This is not a clear statement. Samura, in first statement we talk, don't show what they talk here most of the time. All right, let me add some questions first. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok.
Yes, you say you call from.
Can you get me clear?
Yeah, where say you call from?
I call from Germany.
All right, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, just like way this last scholar been trying to explain what's not the way forward. Me, now two solutions on me I see. The one like way this man talks the people and way and they in the country for now, all things they are the hand. And two things I'm going to make these governments then pull on the power, and this government come on power or it remains so until the 2028. I don't think we will save the people of Sierra Leone. The people themselves. The second alternative, just like we in Luna, Mali or Burkina Faso or Niger. That's the option I guess. As he say, that he will change this government, but without that, nothing will change.
All right, thank you. We had another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yeah, come on, Tom.
Yeah, outside the call from.
I call from the United States.
All right, you get 2 minutes.
Tell me what that brother. I'm glad.
You get 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, I just want to tell me brother, we answer the question about the way forward. I tell and thank you for a solution. But is it viable for many people that go to see every month, 2 days, or every week, or every round? I don't think that is not so. Anyway, I guess that is not an option, but I get a quick question also I want to put out here. Because when you go for good negotiate, you don't get to forget everything we want. We think APC then is willing or relinquish or make them get some kind of leverage. Because right now, they're in a weak position. SLP can get the power. SLP can get the security forces. SLP can get all the answers, other than the fact that they're lack of funds, they're not getting money, so then they depend on the international community. So APC really not get a strong answer, so they could go that table that will go force with you.
You're right. You're right. That's a brilliant point because you get to offer something on the table. Waiting on the offer, right. Indeed. You're right.
So waiting on the offer.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Now we had another voice. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I'll take another. Okay, we don't miss his voice. So, like I was saying, this particular statement for let them put the interest of the politicians up against the Sierra Leoneans' interest, that don't show you how politics dey. Samura don't put the interest. Okay, it's not a bad thing if you encounter, but that particular point they for them the last or middle define time. But if possible, if you can't put that first line, there, you say then for the first condition first and for pay, okay, now we add more voice because now we have more opportunity for them to talk. Yeah, inside the courtroom. Inside the courtroom.
They come from France.
All right, you get 2 minutes. What time you take on the speech of Dr. Samura Kamara?
Well, the speech, you know, get threat. But the same thing on my way beyond the talk, you know, they talk like a leader. Because when they give a statement, you get for put and see the threat or the anger. Say this thing where they don't do, if they don't do it the right way, you go do something or you pull the people outside or you will take physical action, put it on snapper. But the only thing I'm waiting me to was say like with the last call away saying, see, sell so they go at the same time. If matter be the only thing we go talk about, if matter be your long country, for people that die, let him self come. Power and God na in the game. Men no can sit down for you one great selfish interest, people they die. So if now in there for sacrifice, let they come to get peace. Then if not the election, then do the election. Or he step out for the country in better one. Don't go back to you so don't come out 11 years. So this is me on take.
All right, okay, thank you. So it seems to be that indeed, I don't know again what we're going to do as a Sierra Leonean, because again, this person puts a fine point where they say, for the interest of the country, anybody who truly love the country, you get for sacrifice. You know, the question is, can Marabio sacrifice the presidency for the sake of peace? Or another angle will tell you, another person will tell you, what in APC will offer on the table? What's in the offer? All right. Add the voice. No way from you. We need more solutions. Call outside the courtroom.
I go from but
all right.
I just want to answer the same man. Listen, Malabio, I know tell you say you go left the power. I know tell you left the power. But it's not easy to let the power. It's not easy today, it's not easy tomorrow. I want to get down in my mind say that negotiation what they go do, Malawi not going ever agree for the power. Because they want the power pass Samura, pass, they don't need it. I would say,
all right.
And the police before you program say, if APC does not say they bully them, this last one, they don't see that parliament, president APC, they see that parliament for 40 years after this, 40 good years. If they mess up themselves, say they take this power and they are this year, you know, president they go to parliament for APC for 40 years. That the last chance this will get democracy, still mix this. It will happen for 40 years. I hope they get the statement, don't you?
I don't say they exaggerate. I understand your point. But anyway, thank you for your contribution. All right, thank you very much, Kola. All right, yeah. All right, so we had another voice. Okay, we don't miss this one. All right, perhaps we might take just 2 more calls and then wrap up the program. Yeah, we're in a very difficult situation, to be honest, as a Sierra Leoneans. I don't know. I don't know. Please, let we continue for offer solutions. Waiting at the way forward. Maybe, perhaps, out of God can inspire anybody for talk something. So we're not shy for share on ideas. So we will get a way forward. Maybe, who knows? Perhaps when they're listening, they might say come and implement them. But as it stands now, there is no solution because APC is still there on their legs. APC is still they stand on their demands, and government back still say then they win and they continue for rule. And most of the talk that we do talking about brilliant suggestions. For let person don't get power, he hand over. Easy, easy. So what's in the way forward? And so what is saying like they see someone like that person with tension for power. No, they see, you understand? Like some politicians and we vigorously you need power. They see about that's not the time. So and so that's why the person say, Marabio wants the power past Samura. You see, but he wants the power past him, So we're in a difficult situation anyway. I think at least we don't do 2 hours. I think we have to stop here now because people need at least we'll take a break and then digest this thing. We'll come back tomorrow as always. Whenever we have something interesting, we will jump over the mic and come back and talk with Tuna. And as always, we remind we all there on our app for we continue for let the platform continue for growth. This now one way necessarily contributes. Believe me, we rely on them. Becoming a 1% with my cousin. Now we're very small, it seems very small. But thousands of not watch. Imagine if everybody is share, invite people in. Now so the message they go. Now so your message they go. Seriously, the message where you put, now so they go. Yes, it's about channel, but now your message they go because we open the line, we read the text, your message they go. And besides that, it's about the country. It's about the country. When you look at the other country, there's small country there, like maybe in Gambia, you look at them Somalia, the way the YouTube channel they go is so fast, you can imagine who's kind of magic. But because the community is very strong. Now, if you check the One Salon, nobody no day. I'm telling you, no channel no day. Now YouTube will get 100,000. Channel no day. And we get up to 3 million people then, according to the last statistics we have checked, when you use internet. All right, even if now from what I understand, the statistics now YouTube now around 5 to 7%. The only channel where they can close for get 100,000 now, we had, where we say now, even though they don't ask me, but we encourage we all follow, we support it. And the thing is, you can subscribe to any channel now free. You don't need for pay. So you can subscribe here. You can subscribe to them not free. Just that like the same thing. Now the same thing, just like where you get BBC, you get CNN, you get Sky, you get ABC, you get Ruta. Not the same thing. All of them, the big media houses there, are the same thing they do. So we are more than the same thing with other outlets, the CR network, just for bringing the information, let you get more choice, let you get different version. Perhaps if we not bring this one today, this one will bring it later. Or at least if we come together and point out a certain thing, anomaly or a benefit, we all personal, that's so we amplify the voice, that's so the voice they go. So you can imagine the pressure. Yes, however, there are people in there now they watch. If you not put not kaya, then they watch. No side. And these are people that we call we say, if you not come on YouTube or talk or do anything, I know they watch no other channel. Well, it's good. But some other people there, of course, they get choice. But however, we don't actually close the line, but like just squeeze this last caller. Yes, caller, what's the call from?
I call from Freetown again.
All right, okay. We already don't close the line, but I'll give you 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. I'll call and they say president will sacrifice the presidency. You get to ask yourself why the president waits for over 20 years in order to no work. All they do now for wait and become presidents. The culture na salon is who like for reward people and for bad behavior. If you notice, people that go do things that are over and over, or you get for them, or you get for them for go call your auntie or call your mama, somebody who you know will say no to. And then people will say, okay, well, boss no will come out, God no will come out, or we can talk to you. So now the same thing will be so. We allow the politician and for me to do whatever they want to we. And the only way we see say this the way forward. The SAP see them. There's just not sure their own part for say they not care about really civilians. They care about themselves. They don't care about civilians. So the only thing we get for really civilians and I would for say we'll take this out. The country they own as still so people they are in struggle, they're fed. America, people that what they say the civil rights, not for one day they do them. They do them for years and years and years until the wait man and say no thing, more just coexist with them people there. But we just don't have left all things good. Now this can more be about with people there. All things just say, may God give us our God in them go rich, God in them now every day. So the only way we will for stable country, now for make we take our own country, politicians are not care about we. And this I get for saying the last word is thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, so family, I'll tell my plenty thank we don't call and we don't close the line. We'll only take for the calls because we're already exhausted. So like I was saying, we asked that sooner help. Why? Because we want to let YouTube recognize we see we active. When we're active on YouTube, then they recommend we to potential people that will watch you. The only channel we will come close to getting 100,000, but nobody know it. But we get more than 500,000 people there on YouTube. You don't know that Sierra Leoneans there. So now you are a lot consider for subscribers. Help right now. I don't go lie because we channel on a don't blow time. And when you look at statistically, this is one of the most watched channel. We tell them plenty thank you. But you know, we want our message go more the merrier. Right now, we're 22,000. We want at least by the end of the year, though we get 50,000. Do ya? That's not the appeal they make for me and the team. And I'm not saying we're help for all we get. Until then, I could share. Have a blessed night. To win our next night. You don't late, you know. So they know that morning. On a good morning. Have a good night. Have a good morning. All right.
Talking point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.